Hello and welcome to Marco on Markets. This channel is for educational purposes only and shares my personal opinions and investment process. Nothing in this video should be taken as financial product advice or a recommendation to buy or sell any investment. Always do your own research and consider obtaining advice from a licensed financial advisor before making investment decisions. Good afternoon. It's Friday, August 2026, and it's 20 to 5, so 4:37 p.m. Market has closed. Sorry, I missed the market. I got stuck on some work, so let me pull up. The market. So we'll have a look at All Ordinaries. It was flagged to be fairly flat today and actually did end up that way as well. So it was just down 0.07%. Have a look at the market movers. Of the ASX 200, they're the only ones I'm really focusing on. Okay, so in the negatives, we've got 4DX, which is that 4D medical, advanced medical equipment, down 9%. That's quite a significant fall. Let's just have a look at their performance in the last week or so. I feel like they've been popping up lately quite a bit. So daily, okay. So it did have an increase earlier in the week and then it lost that. So sort of in the end, it still ended up 34, 13, 34, 35%. Quite a significant increase in sort of the last 2 weeks. But we are losing some of that now. Okay, then we got ResMed, that was down 8.29%. Apologies. Drone Shield down 4%. That one likes to move around. Block is down 3.96%. And the last one is ZipPay. Zip is down 3.3%. So we've got some sort of fintech in there, some medical, and ResMed's medical. Drone is technology stock, I suppose. And on the upside, let's see if the gold was up there today. We've had quite a bit of gold later this week. So we've got Liontown, that's a specialty mining, that was up 9.26%. Telix Pharmaceuticals, that is up 7.65%. PLS Group, diversified mining, is up 6.5%. Genesis Minerals, which is gold, up 6%. And the last one is James Hardie, up 5.7%. So that was, I'm pretty sure that was on the list this morning at market open. We've seen that a couple of times now in the market movers. Just having a look at my preferred approved list of stocks to purchase. So if you saw the earlier episode, I did make an error this morning. I flagged Woolworths, and apologies, in the video I did refer to it as Westpac a couple of times instead of Woolworths. So yeah, Woolworths did open up this morning. It was down like 2% on open, or even a bit more. So I'll just show you the day chart. I might have to do 5 days and then zoom in on the open if I do every 1 minute. Okay, so on open, it went from it was down around 2%. This calculator is not showing it, but I have got some footage of which I recorded and then didn't post because I ended up purchasing it in the super. So I'll tell you the story. It was down around 2.2%. I identified it as a good buy for the day. It had improved to about 1.6%. I ended up purchasing it, but in all the rushed to purchase, I actually transferred my funds into my superannuation account and then purchased them in the super. I realised like moments later, about 3 minutes later, I did sell. I was fortunate actually to make a small gain in that time period because it improved from about, let me just see what the prices were. Um, so I'll just put it on a blank. So I purchased at 39.48 plus fees, and I sold for 39.74. So I made 26 cents times by 100. So I made 6 point. Sorry, that's not right. Let me do that calculation again. That on that. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, I made 0.66% in those sort of few minutes. And then in the end, actually with Woolworths, I'll bring it back up on the screen. It did close to be higher. So I was very disappointed in myself. In hindsight, I probably should have just left it. I would have got the margin and the gain that I was after in the end, potentially. Maybe it would have come up a little bit short because if it was down 1.6, yes, I might not have made full margin, but I could have made a better gain. Anyway, I was happy with that. I got got it out of the super fund, and then by that time I was a bit flustered, and then I ended up purchasing 3 other positions. So the positions I took were Westpac, Coles, and Commonwealth Bank. I'll update the pricing on, actually, I probably can just show you on share site because it's past close by 20 minutes. So these prices will be up to date. I'll just update. Do a refresh. So Commonwealth Bank ended up being $178. So I'm in front by percentage-wise 0.41%. Coles, I'm in front by 0.86%. And Westpac, I'm down by 0.13%. So we didn't get to a 1% margin today. Coles got very close, but it just wouldn't go any further than about that $2.19. So what I probably will do is reset those pricings to 2%. I'll go for full margin now, given that it's going to be over the weekend now, and then so that's like 3 days. So I will put those, move those prices up to 2%. I'll just show you that on my calculator. Fairly straightforward. So we've got CBA, my desired margins in this column here. And I'm just going to change all those to 2. You'll see the prices changing here. I'll just highlight them so you can see that. So if I change the 2%, apologies. Gotta love undo in Excel. The shortcut for undo on your keyboard's Control Z, in case you didn't know. So it's these ones here that are going to change. So you'll see 2% will go up to 181, and Coles will be 24, 49, and 38. So I'll just update those while I'm here. So we've got Westpac. I'll just push that out. Westpac, Commonwealth, Coles. I'll just find the orders. All right, I'll just get the pricings. So we've got Commonwealth first. we're going to amend, edit the order. So Commonwealth's going to go to 181. I'll just do 181 and 5 cents just to make sure we're covering all the fees. All right, so I'm going to review and then update. So 181 and 5. And then the next one we're going to do is, so I'll put that up. Coles is going to be in at 24.52. I'll do Coles, edit, 24.52. And I'm going to update that. All right, and then the last one is Westpac, and that's going to go to $38.80. And it's good to do that early because then you end up higher in the queue in the market depth. So it's first in, first serve basis. So if there's 3 people all with the same price of units to sell, the person that was in first will go first. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference for these huge stocks. But if you had a smaller company, yeah, you'll be waiting there for a little bit. So that's on as well. 38.80. I was going to do 38.80. Yep, that's fine. All right, so if we just have a look at Commonwealth now. Okay, Westpac will do that first. So Westpac, we're looking for 38.80. So if we go to the market depth. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this updates while the market closes. Right, so it's still got 38.42. Okay, so it hasn't updated. I'm in that bundle there. Right, so that'll update probably on market open or just before. On my system, it's showing as the amended is in the queue, so maybe they just process it later. When the market is actually live, these things do update straight away, so perhaps it just goes into a batch. I'll just check all these that the margins will be roughly 2%. Yep, so that's fine. Rightio, so really for this week, we only had that one close position. We took a 1% gain on Commonwealth, which I wasn't unhappy about. It was the same day. And we just had like market positivity. So I just found it very difficult to buy. I was much happier this morning when I saw all the red. And so we've done that. I think that's it. I'll just have a look at my regular list. So are there any opportunities? Well, I just don't have any more money now to invest, so I'll just be sitting on the sidelines waiting for my positions to fill. The ones I like that have gone down a little bit, I might entertain Aristocrat again, probably if it gets in that $63 mark. Macquarie, I'm still finding it a bit hard to accept their new pricing, but at some point I will need to move on and accept maybe 250, 240 is what it's probably going to sit at from now on. Wesfarmers I'm really interested in, but I like that with an 8 in front of it. So when that gets into the 80s, we'll reassess there. Coles we're on. Sigma, look, I like that at $2.80 as mentioned before. It has had a good amount of increase. I did get some of that 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I'm not unhappy about that. And I do like JB Hi-Fi. it's had a ripper run. Let's just have a look at their graph. And also, while we're on that, I might just show you like the opportunity cost of selling out too quick. So I last had that at $77.18. Today it closes at $84.36. And if I replace the price, so the difference there after fees, I'll just move myself out of the way there. So I made $809 out of that one. But if I had it today, it would have been $4,600. So I've actually left $3,800 on the table. So it's a good example of this method not being fantastic because you miss the upside if there is any. But that's my strategy, and you got to have a strategy, you got to have some rules, and just try and stick to those rules. And then if the strategy itself is good, then in the long term you should do okay out of it. And so far we're at 6.08% for financial year to date. So I'm still wrapped with that return. I'll go to, I was going to have a look at their graph just to show you in the last sort of 3 months. So it's gone from, I'll pick the lowest point until today. It's up about 22% since the start of June. So in 2 months, it's gone up 22%. So, but if we have a look at a longer period of time, it's actually down. So is it heading back up to $120? Nobody knows. So I don't have a crystal ball. Like I've said in previous episodes, if you do find a crystal ball or can buy one, if you can buy me one also and send it in, that would be fantastic. So that's JB Hi-Fi. Westpac, as we've got here, is down just 0.13, so pretty flat from what I paid. And then Commonwealth is up 0.4%, and Coles is up 0.86%. So I've upped the prices to be 2% margin. So I hope they sell next week. We'll have to see. Anyway, I'll leave it there. That's a wrap for today and this week. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. Have a great weekend. And I hope you can hang out until Monday morning for the market to reopen. All right, have a great day.